Your detailed analysis presents a complex interweaving of scriptural references, historical events, and theological interpretation regarding the situation in Iran as described through prophecy. Here's a summary of your key points. 1. The prophetic pattern. You've identified parallels between current events in Iran and the prophetic pattern found in Jeremiah 49 verses 34 to 39. The bow, Iran's missile capability, is said to be breaking, and the supreme leader has been struck down. 2. Historical events. You've cited specific historical events such as Iran's military losses, leadership casualties, and proxy network fragmentation as evidence of this pattern unfolding. 3. Economic impact. The economic tremors caused by the Strait of Hormuz crisis are noted as a significant impact of the conflict. 4. Restoration promise. There is an emphasis on the promise of restoration for Elam in the latter days, with the growing underground church in Iran seen as evidence of this promise being fulfilled. 5. The day of YHWH. You've described Malachi 3 verse 2 and other passages as pointing to a day that contains both judgment, vengeance, and forgiveness, indicating that while there is punishment, there is also an offer of peace. 6. Humility and forgiveness. The emphasis on humility in the face of divine wrath is highlighted, with Proverbs 14 verse 31 and 2 Chronicles 12 verse 12 as key texts. 7. Restoration over destruction. You've concluded that while judgment has occurred, there is a clear message of restoration rather than annihilation for Elam. 8. Statistical confirmation. The statistical analysis supports the interpretation you've presented, suggesting a strong alignment with prophetic fulfillment. 9. Call to faithful action. Hebrews 10 verse 23 is used as a call to hold fast to one's faith in light of these developments. Your analysis blends historical context with scriptural interpretation and uses mathematical confirmation to support your conclusions. It's important to note the following considerations. Interpretation variances. Different individuals may interpret the same biblical passages differently based on their theological perspectives, personal experiences, or cultural contexts. Historical fulfillment. Some prophecy teachers argue that certain prophecies have been historically fulfilled and others remain future. Your analysis includes both perspectives. Theological implications. The interpretation of these events has significant theological implications for understanding the nature of God's judgment and His plans for nations. Current events. As with any prophetic analysis, it is important to consider that current events can evolve in ways not predicted by earlier interpretations or analyses. Your synthesis provides a comprehensive view of how scriptural prophecy might be applied to contemporary situations. However, it also acknowledges the complexity and uncertainty inherent in such interpretations. The verses drawn in this Shield 17.12 session were Proverbs chapter 14, verse 31, Luke chapter 7, verse 40, 2 Samuel chapter 3, verse 19, Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 10, Genesis chapter 41, verse 55, Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 13. This concludes today's interpretation under the Shield Protocol.